guys, welcome back to the Stretford Saffas. We've got a very special guest with us tonight, our Manchester correspondent, Mr. Elijah Winston, straight out of Manchester. Elijah, how are you doing this evening?
I'm very good, mate. And yourself?
Can't complain after yesterday. I mean, what a convincing way to start the season. I mean, 4-0, absolute thumping, no better way to start. Right. In terms of the actual topic of discussion tonight, a very special performance and a very special player. We're going to be discussing a very bright prospect, the newbie, DJ Daniel James. What an impact he had last night, coming off the bench, scoring on his debut at Old Trafford. Not many can say they've done that. But I think there's a lot more to discuss, when talking about Daniel James. What role will he have to play in the squad this year? What's his best position? And what can he really bring to the side that isn't there already? So I think let's just start off by saying, letting you give your opinion on Mr. James. Where do you think he best fits into the side? What role do you think he should be playing for the boys?
Firstly, I think he's very exciting. He's obviously very quick. I think the most important thing for me is that he's not rushed into starting for us. I think he's still young. He's not had a lot of Premier League experience at all. So I think Ole has to get it right. He's got to make sure that he eases him into the squad. Naturally, doesn't push him in, so that there's not too much pressure on him. I don't think we've yet to see his preferred position. I think he can play across the front three in any position. Obviously, we are lacking an out-and-out right winger. So at the time being, I'm happy to see him there. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But he's quick, he's fast, he doesn't seem like he lacks any confidence at all. So I think we've got a gem in our squad, and someone who can play there for a long time.
100%. I mean, yes, he came from the Championship. He had a really good season last year with Swansea, but £18 million might be questionable for a relatively inexperienced young winger. But I mean, just from what we've seen so far in the preseason, he's raw, he's rapid, he's hungry, he's disciplined, and he works just about as hard as anyone I've ever seen. I mean, again, it's very, very early to his career with the club. But, so far, I think he's definitely a player that can, come in, as you say, play on either wing. We haven't really seen him much through the middle, but, seemed very comfortable on either side. He's played on the right a few times. He's looked really good there. He's provided that burst of pace that, just instilling a little bit of fear in that defensive line. He could break through at any second. And, truthfully, I think the world's this boy's oyster. And again, it's all about how Ali manages him and eases him into the side. But again, I mean, normally you'd expect a youngster like him, such a raw talent, to, have difficulties, not difficulties in terms of his ability, but just the normal difficulties that come with joining one of the biggest clubs in the world. But again, he seems absolutely fearless, whether it be starting, we don't know yet, whether it be coming on as an impact. I mean, truthfully, I think a defender's biggest fear is having a blitz player coming on in the 60th minute, running at you, Pogba playing in through balls from the midfield. The midfield's another issue, which we'll discuss another day. But I think really, again, if Ali can nurture him, the rest of the team have received him really well. He seems to be forming quite a nice relationship with Scott McTominay, which is really good. I think DJ is definitely an exciting prospect. But just again, I mean, you were there, you were at the game. What sort of impact or what sort of reaction did his entering the pitch have on the crowd? How did they react to, seeing one of what could be said to be an old school, fast-paced winger coming into the game?
Yeah, I think for everyone at the game, it was like a reminder of what United's history and tradition is all about. We want young, exciting players coming to our club and wanting to play for the right reasons. And I think Daniel James ticks all those boxes. For me, it seems like he'd play for United for a packet of crisps a week, not even a salary. So I think something like that is what we want in a United player. And for me, I'm a firm believer talent only gets you so far. And I think the desire to play for the shirt and the badge is going to get him into history boards.
What they say, hard work always beats talent that doesn't work hard. And it seems that this boy has both. I mean, coming into, well, just prior to joining the club, sadly, he actually lost his father, as we all know. And it doesn't seem like it's done anything for him apart from motivate him to be better. And I mean, just seeing his reaction after scoring that goal on the weekend, I shed a tear myself. I mean, pure bliss. I want nothing more than for this boy to succeed. Such a likable character, such an exciting, hungry, hardworking young player. And I feel like in today's modern game, that is a rarity. And I think Ollie's done really well in finding a player of this bracket. And again, I mean, I can't wait to see him tearing up the wing. And I personally believe we've got a new number 11 coming up sooner or later. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, that's definitely the hope. I think, obviously, as I said before, like for him, it's hard because we don't have an out-and-out right winger. So yes, we do need someone to come in and take up that responsibility. But at the same time, I'm happy for him to not start every game, to come on for 20, 30-minute cameos, start in the cup games, and just really ease himself into the squad. But yeah, no, all the signs are there. He's going to be good for us.
For sure.
And yeah, he's got his goal now, and he just needs to, keep his head high and just focus on the work, and the rest will come. I genuinely believe the rest will come. And who knows, he may even get a starting spot next weekend. And to be honest, I know that that's not about anyone else, but for me, Lingard doesn't quite cut it on the right. We'll save that for next time.
I definitely agree with you. I think whether it be James that's molded into that right wing role, or another one, Mason Greenwood, or a Tahith Chong, it's really an exciting prospect. And I definitely think, again, like you say, a lot of newbies, youngsters, and even more experienced players come into the club, especially attackers. And that first goal is really something that tends to elude players for not necessarily a substantial period of time, but at least in the beginning. And I think him getting that goal so quickly into his career is the amount of benefit that it would have for him is innumerable. It's invaluable, and I think sure. It's just it's the start of something new. I mean, people have been criticizing the fact that we signed a young championship winger while Arsenal are spending £75 million on an AFCON substitute. But again, I think we've got a lot to see from Daniel James, as well as the rest of the youth coming through the team. I mean, I'm sure you're aware we fielded the youngest team on average in the whole Premier League this weekend. I think Jesse Lingard was the oldest outfield player on the field. It's just crazy to think. Crazy. But Laj, I think that's all we have time for tonight. Thank you so very much, and a big welcome to the team once again, and we'll be looking very forward to having you more often.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
Oh yeah, it's only the beginning. Guys, this has been the Stretford Saffas. Laj is straight out of Manchester. He'll be bringing us quite a few fan cams, some footage from Old Trafford. So just stay tuned, and don't forget to hit subscribe on the way out. Have a great night, guys. Tilt it a bit more. Other way.
Like that.
More. That way, but more. There we go. Okay, sweet. Perfect.